welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. I am Sumaya Abubakar, taking you through the stories trending online that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today. President Tinubu elected chairman of ECOWAS. Court orders Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, Jonathan and Buhari's government to account for $5 billion Abacha loot. Top Boko Haram commander and his lieutenant surrender to Nigerian troops in Borno. War with Russia must end first. Biden closes door to NATO membership to Ukraine. Now, top of what's trending today, we have President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been elected as the chairman of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of the Economic Community and West African States, ECOWAS. He was elected chairman at the 63rd ordinary session of the regional bloc held on Sunday afternoon, July 9th in Bissau, the capital of Guinea-Bissau. After receiving his handover document from the outgoing chairman and president, Umaru Embalo of Guinea-Bissau, President Tinubu said, "We will take democracy seriously. Democracy is very tough, but it is the form of government." As the chairman, Tinubu will play a crucial role in leading the ECOWAS member states towards economic development, political stability and cooperation. He will also collaborate closely with member states, regional institutions and international partners to implement initiatives aimed to promoting economic growth, regional trade integration and social development. Additionally, he is expected to focus on strengthening the ECOWAS collective response to security threats and fostering closer cooperation among member states in addressing regional challenges. A netizen commented, "You all should know that all Nigerian presidents are always ECOWAS president, starting from Obasanjo till date." Another said, "Congratulations, Mr. President Asiwaju Tinubu. God bless Nigeria." And someone else said, "God clearly has great plans for Nigeria and West Africa as a whole. Now Tinubu has the power to not only influence Nigeria, he can also influence countries in West Africa. Tinubu needs to be studied in school. God is indeed great." Next on what's trending, we have Justice Kolawole Omotosho of the Federal High Court, sitting in Abuja, has ordered the government of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, Goodluck Jonathan and Muhammadu Buhari to give an account of the $5 billion Abacha loot so far recovered. Vanguard reports that in a judgment delivered on 3rd July 2023 in a Freedom of Information suit number FHC ABJ-CS 407-2020 filed by the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SERAP), the court ordered the government of the President Bola Tinubu to disclose the exact amount of money stolen by General Sani Abacha from Nigeria and the total amount of Abacha loot recovered, and all agreements signed on same by the government of former President Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, Jonathan and Buhari. Justice Omotosho held that in the final analysis, the application by SERAP is meritorious and the federal government, through the Ministry of Finance, is hereby ordered to furnish SERAP with the full spending details of about $5 billion Abacha loot within 7 days of this judgment. Justice Omotosho ordered the government to disclose details of the projects executed by the Abacha loot, locations of any such projects and the names of companies and contractors that carried or carrying out the project since the return of democracy in 1999 till date. The judge also ordered the government to disclose details of specific roles played by the World Bank and other partners in the execution of any project funded with Abacha loot under the government of former President Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, Jonathan and Buhari. Justice Omotosho dismissed all the objections raised by the federal government and upheld SERAP's arguments. Consequently, the court entered judgment in favor of SERAP against the federal government. A netizen said, "Any president who is not ready to arrest any former president or head of state is not ready to fight corruption." A guy said, "Yar'Adua never got the Abacha loot during his time. He would have used it meticulously had he got any. He is the best ever thing to happen to the presidency." Another guy said, "Only an educated illiterate will believe that fraud, they call Abacha loot. Abacha didn't loot any penny." Okay. Next on what's trending, we have top Boko Haram commander and his lieutenant surrender to Nigerian troops in Borno. A top commander of the Jama'at al-Sunnah led Da'awa wal Jihad, otherwise known as Boko Haram, Khalid Malam Ali, and his lieutenant Bono Omar has surrendered to the troops of the Operation Haɗin Kai in the northeast of Borno State. According to Zagazola Makama, a counterinsurgency insurgency expert and security analyst in Lake Chad. Ali and his fighters were dislodged by the ISWAP terrorist group after they coordinated a raid at the hideout of Boko Haram in Bula Alhaji Garwaye in the fingers of Sambisa near Bama local government area on July 5th, 2023. Zagazola had reported how the Islamic State of West African Province, ISWAP, killed scores of Boko Haram fighters, including their women and children. Ali was a commander of the terrorists in Sabil Huda and Njumia. He laid down his arms due to the fear of battlefield elimination. A netizen opined, okay, grant them pardon, send them for rehabilitation and put them in the army, a nation that rewards criminality in every form. Someone said, these two Fulani don't even know what is happening. They just gave them those guns and army accessories and told them to stand for picture and give them money. Another person wrote, we are living in interesting times where truth and propaganda are all mixed up. We don't know which one is the truth. You wouldn't surrender and yet be laughing like someone who was sent on empty errand. They are either working for the government or it is all formed to mislead the public. Next on What's Trending, we have Governor Soludo, who orders immediate counseling session for Mesoma Ejikeme. Anambra Governor Chukwuma Soludo has directed that Mesoma Joy Ejikeme, the female pupil who falsified her Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME), be handed over to the State Guidance Counselor and Professor of Clinical Psychology. Soludo gave this directive in a letter to the principal of Anglican Girls Secondary School, Newi, where Mesoma is a student. The governor further directed immediate commencement of psychological counseling and therapy session for Mesoma, who on Thursday, July 6, 2023, admitted she manipulated the fake result she had been parading. In the letter signed by the Commissioner of Education, Professor Ngozi Chuma Ude, the governor said that the directives followed one of the recommendations of the panel constituted to investigate the matter. The statement added the directive is in line with one of the recommendations of the committee set up by Anambra State government to investigate the matter following the parading of the fake result, which elicited interest and generated controversy and misgivings in the general public. A netizen wrote, sorry, I don't subscribe to this charade of nonsense. The limelight needs to be snatched away from her and focus on the rightful highest scorer. Enough already. You all are rewarding dishonesty. Next year, UTME is about to birth a whole lot. Watch out. Another said she also needs some form of community work as punishment to deter others from cheating and constituting a nuisance. She has brought shame to her household. A lady added, the way this case is being handled is a clear evidence that the government can handle politicians' crimes better, but choose not to. See as they apply full energy for this case. Now let's take a short break, and when we come back, you will see what an actor is lamenting on. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's Newsfeed. Now, actor Chinedu Ikedieze laments over the alarming rate people slide into his DM to beg for money. In a video shared on his Instagram page on Sunday evening, July 9th, the actor appealed to social media users to be conscious of the fact that celebrities also have responsibilities as well. Take a look at what he had to say.
What happened? This thing is getting out of hand. How can you people turn my DM to Bank of Industry? Open my DM every time. Bros, please. Jesus. It's too much. The way you guys debate this in life, say, we don't get responsibility. If I start to share the money like that, guys, it will finish. Even one day, whenever I open my DM, bros, I beg, my mother is this, bros, I beg, I need 40,000, bros, I beg. Imagine somebody was begging me for, I need $35,000. That's how much in Naira. Approximately 20-something million. Jesus. And that one was asking me for $12,000 that he wants to open a shop. Man, the problem is that it's not just Nigerians. Huh? I beg, I beg. You guys are making it look like we have this money packed somewhere and it's a must that we cater for your needs. No, it's not a must. This economic crunch, guys, it's fighting harder. It's bros. I need 3,000. I need 1.5 to buy this one, guy. No, now, and you have 1.5 recharge your phone. You don't have the one to eat. I beg. You guys even extended it to my emails.
The guy said, I'm beginning to believe that some people now open Instagram handles just to beg for financial alms. We all have our personal problems to bear. Make everybody day their day, please. Another guy said, stupid sense of entitlement. Person gets mind to ask for $35,000. Just imagine. And another person wrote, it's crazy. One wants me to pay, school fees for his children as if I got his wife pregnant. Next on What's Trending is a lady who laments the unique names some Nigerian parents give to their kids. Take a look.
Why is it that Nigerian parents, they will name their children anything? Because why have I met twins named Praise and Worship? They will name their children things like Godspeed, God's Power, Thank God. I've even heard of somebody being named in Jesus' name. Because how can you carry a child for 9 months, you give birth to the child, you now look at that child and say, yes, your name will be Testimony. Hey! Imagine they'll be doing roll call in school. They'll be saying, is Testimony present? Is Testimony here? You could have named them something like Chukwuemeka, Oluwafemi. But no, you want to go and name them Intelligence, Knowledge, Promotion, Innocent. God bless Nigeria.
A lady wrote, my daughter came home to me to tell me that her new assistant teacher's name is Miss Apple. I thought she was capping. I asked her the next day in school and she said her full name is actually Apple of God's Eyes. My shock was shook. Another lady said, I have heard of obedience. The boy is very short and disobedient. Someone else opined, nothing Zoe and Jaden never see for millennial parents' hand. Next on What's Trending, we have Ukrainian war with Russia must conclude before the country can join NATO, President Biden said in a CNN interview on Sunday, July 9th. Biden made the statement during a sit-down with Fareed Zakaria, saying there is no agreement within NATO on when to allow Ukraine to join the military alliance. Biden also noted certain issues with Ukraine eligibility, such as a lack of democratization. Biden told CNN, in his words, I think we have to lay out a rational path for Ukraine to be able to qualify to be able to get into NATO. I don't think there is unanimity in NATO about whether or not to bring Ukraine into the NATO family now at this moment in the middle of a war, Biden said. For example, if you did that, then you know, and I mean what I say, we are determined to commit every inch of territory that is NATO territory. It's a commitment that we have all made no matter what. If the war is going on, then we are all in war. We are at war with Russia, if that were the case. Biden nevertheless vowed to continue sending aid to Ukraine as it works to fend off Russian President Vladimir Putin's invasion. The U.S. has already contributed nearly $100 billion to the effort. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has lobbied to join NATO for months in the wake of Russia's invasion. Such a move would oblige the U.S. and Western allies to join the conflict fully and declare war on Russia, a prospect Biden is not ready for. Biden has also endorsed the idea of delivering F-16 fighter jets to Ukrainian forces. Such a move would require months of training for Ukrainian pilots, something that is already underway. While Biden had previously opposed the idea in January, he shifted his stance and called for training to begin in May. A netizen commented, you have been played all time, and Putin made it clear that he must have your head. Someone said, told a Ukrainian man I met that the U.S. is experimenting with them. They are losing and will lose what they can't get back, family and relations, and their homes. He felt bad. America got an ulterior motive. A guy added, Ukraine has officially been used and dumped. And lastly, onto a funny video of a girl who got in trouble for playing with the wrong thing. Take a look. I hope she didn't end up losing her hair. And that is all on Newsfeed today on Trust TV. Follow us and subscribe to all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Bye.